Welcome back to Stream It. We took last week off, not intentionally, but this is still season 3. We're still going to call it
Still season 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At least 2 weeks off before we change
Two
season.
weeks off means different season. We're going to talk about hidden gems today, which kind of like underrated, but I feel like maybe a step further of like maybe you haven't heard that many people talk about it in general.
Yeah, just like low views, but like, wow, that was actually pretty good. Why aren't more people like loving this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But first, I have a question. Do you have a dream sequel or prequel Pixar or Disney movie? One that doesn't exist but you wish did.
Baby Aladdin.
What?
This is interesting because I feel like they kind of went to the well a lot, like with like, oh, there's tons of Monsters Inc. popularity. Let's see what it was like and make a whole scare school, which actually I liked. I liked that one. But like Cars we didn't need more Cars.
No.
Toy Story, I was like, when I heard about Toy Story 4, I was like, oh, I don't know. Toy Story 3 kind of wrapped it up nicely. Then I liked Toy Story 4.
Yeah.
So
What about like an Incredibles?
they did that. They made Incredibles 2.
I know they made an Incredibles 2. I'm saying like a prequel that's like the rise. You know, like they kind of touch on it at the beginning of the first one, but if they really got into like, you know, all these origin superhero movies they have, like there's probably a when superheroes became superheroes, like they first emerged.
The future upcoming movie Lightyear, which is about Chris Evans plays Buzz Lightyear, the man that the action figure is based off of.
Wow.
That's actually happening.
Is it animated?
Yeah, it's a Pixar movie.
But it's not Buzz Lightyear.
It's Buzz Lightyear, the man. So it became this whole thing where Chris Evans was like
Live action.
tweeting out like explanations that this is not the origin story of the Buzz Lightyear doll. It's the origin story of the man Buzz Lightyear that the doll is based off
But
of. And
that's a fictional man.
That's a fictional man.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's like a story within a story.
So
That's
one-
brilliant.
the one I could think of
That's the best answer for
as
this
I
question.
sat down and well, they're doing that. That's actually happening. I didn't make that up.
No, I know. That's like
Oh.
if they were here, whoever's idea that was.
I was thinking, what happened to the Earth before Wall-E? What was the downfall of Earth that sent him out of there? Give me
A
that.
horror movie.
Yeah.
Or like Wall-E when he first came like out into production.
And there was a bunch of them.
and he was like clean and sharp and like
Yeah, I want to know what happened to that got him to the point where they take off. I want that ship taking off to be
Yeah.
the end of the movie.
right. So the beginning.
It's a good one. I want Monsters Inc., but I don't think that they had to make Monsters University. I think that they should have had him find Boo, because that's the end of the movie, is like implied that he finds Boo again.
Oh yeah.
And I want to know what happened.
Yeah.
Especially because you know how
Maybe
there's
the
like
human and the monster worlds
yeah.
collide.
You know how there's like the Pixar theory that like everything is connected.
Mm.
Everyone thinks that she's the witch in Brave. There's like hints that suggest it, I guess. I've never seen Brave. But it's like in that theory, they were like, and Boo is the witch in Brave.
That seems like the timeline is all
I think it
wonky.
involved like time travel. It's something really stupid that I refuse to believe.
wow.
So I want an explanation that I want to prove that it's not, you know, so she had a happy ending.
Right. Dang.
I also saw, speaking of the movies connecting, that in Monsters Inc., when one of the monsters comes out and is like, he almost touched me, and they're like freaking out, they like show the bedroom briefly, and it's Sid's bedroom from Toy Story.
Ah.
See that kind of I love that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
about
that's
it.
fun.
Like that.
Yeah.
But I don't want them to do anything. Don't touch Coco. Don't touch Inside Out.
No.
Like all those movies, we don't need more. They're perfect on their own.
I agree.
What about like a Little Mermaid too?
Didn't
They
that
did
happen?
do one.
They did?
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
it
a
was
while
straight
ago.
to VHS.
Oh, well, I mean like a good one.
Well, that was the problem. They did all those straight to VHS stuff, so you can't just be like,
ruined it.
that never happened. Here's actually Little Mermaid 2.
Right.
Like there's 3 Cinderellas, I think.
Live action Little Mermaid's coming out, though.
Mm.
Melissa McCarthy plays Ursula.
That's gonna be
Wow.
awesome.
Yeah.
That'll be good.
There's something for you to look forward to.
Yeah. Love my live actions.
All of them.
All of the live
Never a
actions.
disappointment.
Will Smith is the genie. Like, let's go.
Oh, that was really good. All right, so now we have our hidden gems. Do we want to just go around in our little carousel style that we always do?
Sure.
Yeah.
I can
us off.
start.
Yeah, start us off.
My first one is Glow on Netflix.
Oh.
And it ended up getting canceled because of COVID last year. I think they just couldn't swing it. But no one ever really talked about it. It won a lot of awards, but I feel like every time I mentioned it, no one had ever seen it. So it's Alison Brie.
From Community.
That's the name. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's the big name in it, I
Yeah.
guess. Or I think Mark Maron is the guy's name. I think he's apparently like a big comedian, but
He has he's like a podcast host, and his podcast is like known for like getting awesome interviews out of other actors. So that's like his thing.
yeah. So him and Alison Brie are like the 2 big stars in it. And it's just about like women's wrestling, but for TV. So it's like actors who auditioned who were trying to like get their big break, but the show is a fake women's wrestling show.
Yeah.
So it's
that's
just like,
still going.
yeah, but it's like in the 80s. So it's
I
very
watched
like
the first
theatrical.
episode of that, and it's like funny and like it's good.
Yeah, it's a good like mix of like everything.
Yeah.
And she's like a super annoying like wannabe actress in it. So like I bet like she's like annoying but endearing. Like everyone else like hates her because they're like, oh my god, like she's kind of like Rachel in Glee. Like she just wants to be famous so bad.
Right.
So that's like her. But then it's like, I think there's 3 seasons. So it like develops really well. All the characters.
I should go back to it.
It's so good. So that's my hidden gem. I'm really bummed that it got canceled.
Alison Brie is interesting. She was on Community and Mad Men at the same time.
Yeah.
And then
I think she's good.
and then she's in that. I feel like there was something else. Now I'm blanking on it because I was thinking of it randomly. Like,
She was in Happiest Season, that Christmas movie.
Yep. She played like this uptight sister.
Yeah.
It was kind of perfect. My first one is a movie called The Founder, which is a real story about McDonald's becoming franchised and how these 2 brothers created this incredible plan, and the McDonald's brothers. And
I did see that, I think.
what's his name? I'm blanking on his name now.
Michael Keaton.
Plays this guy who's like, you have to franchise this, you have to do it. And they're like, no. So he goes off and basically does it. It's a true story of how McDonald's became McDonald's and like took all the power away from the brothers and stuff. And you're like, I hate this guy. But it's so good. He's awesome in it. And it's just like a really interesting story.
That is a good one.
It's on Netflix.
That movie ruined Michael Keaton for me. Like, he played it so well to the point where, like, I can't stand him now. That movie was, he's like such an awful guy.
Yeah. It's so good. And you watch it and you're like, wow, this is so terrible. Like,
yeah, I remember that. It's so frustrating. That's a good one. I have a Netflix show, Atypical. It's about the boy with autism and like the family and just their life. But 1, I haven't heard a lot of people like talk about it, and 2, I love the like social awareness and like how they display the autism piece. And I feel like it's so helpful. Like, we work at a school and there are kids that like have this kind of situation, and it's so it's such a nice perspective to see how like it really works, because I feel like there's a lot of like mystery around some of that people don't understand or don't know like how to handle it. So I almost wish it was more talked about, because it's such a good like perspective and message. But it's also really good and entertaining, and they've got like good character development, and Yeah, it's a good show. More people
Yeah,
should watch it.
that's one of those ones that pops up a lot
Yeah.
on Netflix.
This is an HBO Max one, Flight Attendant. I'm not sure how like accurate I am in saying it's a hidden gem. I think that it's
pretty new, right?
It's pretty new.
Yeah.
But I haven't heard anyone talk about it, so it feels like underrated. It's Kaylee Cuoco from Big Bang Theory.
Yes.
And it's basically, this isn't a spoiler, this is like the setup that it gives you. She's a flight attendant, but she's kind of like unstable. Like she's an alcoholic, but like doesn't admit that she is, and just like parties and like never really remembers like day to day. She just like lives in like a blur. So she meets this guy in one of her planes who like charms her. They spend the night together, and then she wakes up and his throat is slit in the bed next to her, but she doesn't know what happened and she can't remember a single thing from the night before, and she just leaves. So then the show is basically like what happened, but then also it eventually ties in like more about her, and then
Dang.
I don't want to say too much, but
That's a messy situation.
it's very good. It's like a dark comedy. Like
Yeah.
obviously it has the mystery and the suspense of like a murder mystery sort of, but
Right.
it's also so funny, but like in like a subtle, like, you know, like it's not so much so that like you could say it's a full-on comedy, but like it's very funny.
Yeah.
And yeah.
That's one I've seen again on the HBO Max
Yeah.
like landing.
Yeah.
I
there's-
thought it was a comedy. I thought it was like a slapstick comedy just by like how they.
Yeah,
It's like
no.
so bright and colorful when you.
And
see
she's
it.
like falling,
Yeah.
like in the picture.
It's like weird. Like she like has like she like goes inside of her head a lot, and like just like she'll have conversations with like the dead guy in her head, but it's like full scenes and everything. So it's kind of like a little
wow.
like weird
Quirky like
just
that.
because she's like out of control. But she's so funny in it. I've never watched Big Bang Theory, so I don't know much about her, but
Oh yeah.
she was really good in this. There's only 8 episodes, and I think I finished it in like a week. It's so good.
Oh wow.
Wow.
I'll have to circle
Check
back to
that
that.
Yeah.
That's cool.
My next one's kind of a twofer. It's a movie and then a spin-off series from it.
Wow.
The movie is Chef with Jon Favreau.
I've watched that. Yeah, that's good.
And then the spin-off show is Chef Show because he wanted to look like, so he's into cooking.
What can't Jon Favreau do?
Exactly.
Yeah.
He's into it, and then he had this chef based in LA, Roy Choi, teach him how to cook. And at the end of the movie, it's showing him, Roy Choi, teach him how to make a grilled cheese. And it's like crazy because he's like, all you think about right now is this food. And it's just like coaching him up like that. So the spin-off show, Chef Show, is those two in a kitchen making recipes and stuff. But then they start having guests in, like Bill Burr's in an episode, and they make grilled cheese, and it's funny. And but they go to Skywalker Ranch at one point and cook there from all the like organic garden that they have there and all that stuff. They have just like other chefs come in. They start going to restaurants and stuff and cooking. They cook like get all this amazing food for like Robert Downey Jr. and Tom Holland, and they're just in an episode. And it's just really cool to see like he basically like learned how to cook from a world-class chef, and now he's like super good at it. And it's super like easy to watch, and like it's just fun and relaxing.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like
And-
that movie. That was good.
Yeah, and it's like, so that like first thing they make, and the whole thing is Cubans, because that's
yeah.
what the whole movie is about, making Cuban sandwiches. So, yeah.
I recently just watched like a YouTube video. It's Bon Appetit, I think. They have like celebrities come on
Yeah.
and cook with them, but they can't watch what the chef is doing. They just have to like listen.
Mm-hmm.
And I've never really watched cooking videos before.
Oh, I'm obsessed now.
Well, I've always heard you guys talk about it, and I was like, that doesn't
a hot
sound that
topic.
amusing. But when I watched that one, I watched Elizabeth Olsen do it, and I was like,
Yeah.
this is like mesmerizing, just
Yeah.
watching people like.
Yeah, it's really cool.
I like it. Well, last time you said that Amazon didn't have any good shows.
I didn't say it on here. I said it off camera.
Upload.
Upload, yeah, no. I think this is one of their first on their like streaming site, but Red Oaks is about a country club. I think it's a Jewish country club. But anyways, it's just the story of a kid who's a assistant tennis pro at a country club, and just the like antics that ensue. It's almost kind of not quite as funny and slapsticky as a like a Superbad, but it's kind of in that same vein of just like young kids like working at this like club for the summer, and like, you know, the dating and the whatever, all the different stuff. And this kid's also like I think he's out of like college, and he's got like a film degree, but he's working as a tennis pro and like wants to do something with his life. So it's kind of like that kind of coming of age whatever story. But I don't know, it's good. And I forget the guy's name, but there's like a couple good like known actors in it. And yeah, it's a good kind of hidden gem that I haven't heard really anybody else has seen it.
Yeah.
That one's a little bit deep, but it was entertaining. It's one of the ones that when it ends too, and you're like, oh, look, I want to. What else? Are they gonna make more? And
Yeah.
they're like not gonna, but I feel like that's a good vibe for these hidden gems. It's like they're kind of over, and you want more seasons of them.
I feel like Amazon shows are the equivalent to like an indie movie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like all of their shows are like
that's true. Yeah,
kind of like little known actors, but like they're pretty good.
yeah. They're doing a lot over there. That's good.
Doing a lot over there at Amazon.
They got that great intro when it comes down, and it's the like Amazon Studios, but you come like down through.
Oh, yeah.
I like that one.
Oh, that just made me think of an Amazon movie, but I didn't write it down. Next time. I have a Hulu movie called Big Time Adolescence. It has Pete Davidson in it. It's kind of like...
Oh, I think I watched that.
Did you? It's like... there's a younger boy who's like the main character. I don't know the actor's name, but I think he's been in like a few comedies. Like
That was really good.
it was really good. So
Yeah.
he like Pete Davidson is his older sister's boyfriend in high school, but then she dumps him because he's like kind of just going nowhere. I mean, it's kind of like the character you'd expect Pete Davidson to play.
It was similar to the King of Staten Island, and that's why I think I got him confused a little bit.
Yeah. So she like dumps him, but then her little brother just stays friends with him even though there's like a 10-year age gap. So it's him like coaching him how to be in high school, but he's completely wrong about everything because he's just like this deadbeat who like
screw-up,
lives in
yeah.
his grandma's house and just smokes all day. But that's basically the whole movie is like him trying to like be this like mentor to this kid who's like could do way better than Pete Davidson is
Yeah.
doing, but
That was a good movie.
yeah, it was kind of like one of those like just super bad but not as funny.
Yeah.
But like that kind of
And in the same vein of
genre.
that King of Staten Island. like-
yeah,
Like Judd
Kinda.
Apatow type.
Yeah.
yeah. So, it was good.
I forget how it ended, but yeah, I'll have to go back.
So my last one, I don't know if it's necessarily a hidden gem. I think it had like a moment when it was on because it's completely done. But True Blood on HBO
Oh,
is...
yeah.
Did you watch that?
No,
You didn't?
my family did.
Yeah. It's right up your alley, really. It's like sci-fi and... But
Vampires,
it was
yeah.
in the vampire moment.
Mm-hmm.
It got a little too much at the end. Everyone had to be something. No one could just be a human.
Oh.
But it's pretty good. I mean, it's kind of romancy and all that stuff, but there is good like action at times and stuff. But I think it's now kind of a hidden gem because it was like it was the like Sunday night 9 or 10 o'clock HBO show while it was on, and now it's just like tucked in the series A to Z at the bottom. Like you don't
Yeah.
see it much. So it was good. I think that it's like a lot of shows, the first like 2 or 3 seasons were really good, and then it just kind of petered off.
There's
But-
a lot, right?
I want to say there's like 6 or something.
Okay.
But yeah, So that was a good one. That's one I liked in the moment.
I like it. And I have another Amazon one. 'Cause
Another Amazon
Amazon's-
show?
Yeah,
You're kidding
because
me.
it's so good. I don't know if I talked about it on here. I can't remember, but something I watched somewhat recently. It's called Good Girls Revolt, and it takes place, I think, in the 70s or like late 60s, and it's about a bunch of women who work at a magazine, and they are like really talented, like writers and researchers, and they don't get a chance to like write for the magazine like the men do it, and it seems like so commonplace back then, and to now watch it and have that be made in 2021 or whenever it was, like recently, it's just crazy how like so much inequality there was, and like so they're doing a great job bringing that to light and like helping that, but it's also like super cool how they research the stories, kind of like a newsroom on HBO, where it's not TV, but the like researching and tracking down leads, and it's just like those two put together, it makes it like pretty good. And there's also some like romance and all that stuff, but just kind of navigating that world and how normal though like that all seemed in the 70s and how different the world is today. Another like cool perspective. Plus, I think it was, obviously a whole bunch of really good women leads. The girl from Pitch Perfect, not
Anna Camp,
yes,
the blonde one.
yes,
I don't even know how. That was just a guess.
yes, I think that's her name. But she's
Well,
she's
if it
really
wasn't
good.
Anna Kendrick or Brittany Snow, it's
Yeah,
I
then
know.
it has
yeah,
to be.
right. Yeah, you got it.
Or Rebel Wilson.
Yeah.
But she's really good in it, and all the characters are kind of struggling with this like having a career and a family and like the expectations of society, all this stuff. So to watch it now in 2020 was pretty good. What was I gonna? I don't know. I thought I had another thing to say about it, but overall, it's good, and I don't think a lot of people have seen it. So, and I don't. They may make more. Oh, I was gonna say that I think it's women like produced and directed, and Amazon was. I read an article on it that Amazon was trying to have more like diversity in who's producing their shows and all their content and stuff. So I don't think this got renewed, which is a bummer because of that. But that's good that they're trying to do it, and this is still a really good show to go check out. And it's based in like it's obviously real. Like that's all. Everything I said was real. But there's a day, March 13th. It's like the Women's March Day, I think now, right? There was like a law pass, some kind of
Title IX.
I don't know. There was some kind of movement that started, and this show is like a lead up to that. It's when they like first sued for like the rights in the workplace or something.
Oh, is that International Women's Day? That's the day that the march, I think, is on International Women's Day.
Yeah, I think
So
so. That might be it, but I think it was. I don't know if this is historically accurate, but the show leads up to them being a part of this like grand like trial or whatever to
March 8th, maybe?
or might have been March 8th.
That was the 1975. That's the Women's Day March. That's what I'm seeing on.
So and they have like the leading up and like towards the end of the season they have the women's like protests going on, and they like see it. So it's cool that it's like historically matches up, and from a writer's perspective in that time. I don't know. I've gone on too long. Go watch it. But it is a hidden gem, I'd say.
Is it from last year? Did you say already?
Either I think it was made in 2018 or 19.
Oh, okay. But new. Okay.
Very recent, yeah.
I'm gonna have to watch
I think both you guys would like it.
Yeah. For my Pitch Perfect round.
Yeah.
I'll watch it for her.
This
All
is
right.
IMDb is showing that it's from 2015.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought. Well, maybe. Oh, maybe it is. Was there 2 seasons?
It says 10 episodes. Looks like one season.
Yeah.
just
Oh, 20
felt so new.
started that like in November of 2015, ended in 2016. So
Well, it's still off.
2015 feels like it was 2 years ago. So
Yeah, well, 2020,
So I got
you
ya.
just hit pause on 2020 and like, it's crazy. When you were talking about vampires, what we do in the shadows,
oh,
that popped in my head. If you haven't seen that, that's a great,
start
I
with the
haven't seen
movie.
it.
the movie, yeah.
It is so good because now it's like they did a spin-off show about that,
Right,
and
right,
that's like just winning awards left and right, like for best comedy series and stuff.
Oh yeah.
But the
But
movie,
if you
yeah,
haven't seen the movie, that's worth a watch.
it's
I haven't.
so go through like it's what's his name?
Taika what?
Taika Waititi.
Oh yeah.
Just watch that Hunt for the Wilder People, which is now on Netflix.
Yeah, Hunt for the Wilder
That's
People is
the
great.
ultimate hidden gem.
Yeah.
So many people have been talking about that movie to me in the past like few weeks.
You should
Yeah,
go and watch
it's
it
his
tonight.
first movie, and then the next movie he wrote with Jermaine from Flight of the Conchords,
Oh.
and it's What We Do in the Shadows, and they're vampires, and it's so funny. It's like a mockumentary.
It's really good.
You told me about it, and it was like, it's so funny. And then the spin-off show is hilarious.
Yeah.
I wonder. The show is on Hulu, right? But
Yeah.
I'll have to see if the movie's
The
on
movie,
anything.
Yeah, I'm not sure where the movie is.
I could see it being on like maybe HBO.
Yeah.
From the very beginning, I realized I saw the world differently than everyone else. That didn't sit well with some people. But I wasn't for everyone. I guess they were always scared that I'd be a psycho. But a new day brings new opportunities. And I was ready to make a statement. How does the saying go? I am woman, hear me roar. I'm just getting started, darling. The thing is, I was born brilliant, born fast, and a little bit mad. I'm Cruella.
We can go anywhere, do anything. We just gotta stick together.
We underdogs have to look out for each other, right?
Underdogs.
Tu sei l'amore,
This is gonna be the best summer ever.
amore. Io son felice.
We'll ride down every road,
Accanto a te
see the whole world together.
sera. Arriva
It'll be amazing. But there's just one thing.
Whoa, 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 wait! Did you see that?
No one can find out.
Please don't take my sunshine away.
Where did you boys say you were from?
All right. Should we start with Cruella?
Yeah.
Yes. You mean Disney's The Joker?
I know it's very like Harley Quinn-esque.
Yeah. Harley Quinn. I also like the Joker on like the stairs. I can just picture like Cruella. doing
Oh
that.
yeah. Like the music was kind of similar.
Yeah,
Like-
right. It's like the same like dark story
Mm.
origin. But that looks good. Everyone, it's
Yeah,
a
I'm
classic
excited.
villain.
Yeah.
classic Disney villain. I wonder. It seemed less about the dogs,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
is probably good.
This is an origin story, it seems like.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
There
a
were
little
dogs
nervous.
barking, but it seemed more like she was gonna have some.
It's almost
other-
like that was a nod.
Yeah, there are like other axes to grind before she gets to.
Like, hey,
Hey, Horace and Jasper, let's go.
Cruella's been around. Dalmatians are involved.
Right.
Wink. That's what that was.
Yeah. I'm glad
A lot
though,
of 'em.
because when I first started watching the trailer, I was like, "Ooh, if this is a live action and she's killing dogs, this movie's probably not going to go over very well."
People really like dogs.
Yeah, I was like, that will be a little gruesome.
Yeah, just have those Dalmatians bark at her at the beginning, and then like,
Yeah.
let's tell her why she's got mental health issues.
Yeah, it just seems like it's like a fish out of water. Like people just don't like her. That kind of story.
Yeah.
She's misunderstood.
Yeah, that's all it is.
That's all it is.
Yeah. I like the idea of giving villains like prequels.
Yes.
I feel like they should roll with that. I mean, for ones that it applies, like
Yeah.
would be a good story.
Like, what was Sid Phillips' home life like? Why was he so messed up as a kid?
Is that the Never Toy Story?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But seriously, like something was up.
Yeah, he was. Oof.
I highly doubt that boy has ever been to medical school. That's what Buzz says when he's doing an operation.
Oh, yeah.
You're too good at Toy Story 1.
I was just on the other day.
And
Luca.
Luca. I thought it was Luna when you guys were saying it. And
I
was
think
like,
I said Luna.
You
I
did
think
say
I
Is
was
that like a
gonna-
moon?
Yeah.
Like a moon thing?
Yeah.
But this looks
That's-
like an Italian,
Yeah.
a little Italian vibe.
They don't like sea monsters. That's what the vibe I was getting.
Right?
But those two boys are.
When they
Seems
get-
like when they get wet, they're sea monsters.
Interesting.
That's pretty fun.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
I noticed the animation was a little bit like more cartoony,
I
which
did
is kind
too.
of cool.
I wonder if they were like, we went real human look-alike with Soul. Let's pump
Yeah.
it.
Soul was basically real life.
Yeah.
like
Let's pull it back
big
a little
eyes.
bit. I also noticed it's funny that now they say the creators of Coco, Inside Out, and Toy Story. It's like these are,
The flagships.
well, it's like these are what people love.
Yeah.
People maybe it's just like we can't say like, you know, like Incredibles and Cars because kids, like 5-year-olds now, maybe they've seen it, but it's just not the same. It's like
I wonder too. It seems like there's like, I don't know, maybe different teams within Pixar that do certain projects.
yeah,
Because these ones seem like Coco and Inside Out. They like have like, I don't know, a little bit more of a similar vibe than like Monsters Inc. or you know what I mean. Like I don't know, maybe it's different artists or different creators or.
I know.
Like
so
Finding Nemo and Inside Out don't really like relate for me, but like Toy
Yeah.
Story and the people in it and how they're designed, like those, they relate to Inside Out, which relate to, you know what I mean?
So Pete Docter he's a director at Pixar, or for Pixar. He did Soul, Inside Out, Up, Monsters Inc.
His last name's Doctor,
Yeah.
so if he got his doctorate, he'd be Doctor.
Yes.
He's just the doctor.
But so he has like a vibe to him, like
Right.
Inside
yeah.
Out, Soul, Monsters Inc. was about feelings, and then Up. So like, I think like I don't know who did Luca or Luca.
Yeah, but so they may. I guess I'm agreeing with you that those are like the flagships, but also maybe it's a little bit like this is like in this vein of Pixar versus the other. Like the Cars and the Nemo and whatever.
So the kid from hold on, he just was in something more recently. Did you ever see Room?
That's what I just had pulled up too.
And then Good Boys plays the main character, and then the second in line here is Maya Rudolph. So
From
That's
Big Mouth.
awesome.
yeah, sure.
And Jack Dylan Grazer is Eddie from It. The one with the cast.
Oh,
It was that kid and Jim Gaffigan.
yeah. So
It's a pretty good cast.
yeah. But yeah, I definitely agree. It was a little more like this is a cartoon. We're
Yeah.
not trying to make this look like.
I think it might be closest to Coco just because of the
Yeah.
cultural piece they're trying to pull in, and
The little Italian town looked awesome,
so cool.
but it like wasn't trying to say like you're in Italy.
Right.
It's like this is a Pixar movie.
Right.
That was cool.
I wonder if the same people who did the soundtrack for Coco are going to do this.
Oh yeah. I
Because
wonder.
they're connected to like every Disney thing now. They do the music for WandaVision.
Oh really?
Like all of the theme songs,
Huh.
they do.
Wow.
So they're Disney's
The
musicians.
Pixar short La Luna. Did you ever see that?
La Luna.
I think it's a Pixar short. The guy who you did, the guy who directed that is directing
Ah,
Luca, or
nice.
directed Luca or Lusa. I don't know.
Luna to Luca.
But yeah, I mean June, and who knows where we'll be in the world? It might just be on Disney Plus again.
Oh, it's for this June?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. When does Raya come out?
I don't know, but
In a
that's not
couple weeks.
Pixar.
March.
Yeah, but it's still Disney.
Yeah, Disney doesn't care.
They're firing them off.
Disney's doing the $30 for Raya.
Yeah.
Pixar has been doing the free.
Mm-hmm.
So, but Raya is in the next like couple weeks.
Wow. Not March 30th, is it?
No, March 31st is Godzilla vs. Kong.
Almost a month away.
Easy mix up.
Basically April.
Oh.
We'll do a whole show recap.
If you didn't already think March was like the slowest, longest
Oh,
month,
God. It's going to take forever.
your daughter's
Watch
gonna,
it be like an April Fool's joke.
Maeve's gonna turn 1, and you're gonna be like, "Yep, 16 days, Godzilla vs. Kong." Maeve,
Oh, man.
I got you human-sized Godzilla and a human-sized Kong. I'll play as Godzilla, or I'll play as Kong. You
Yeah.
play as Godzilla.
I'm Team Kong. I'm Team Kong. Oh, it's going to be great.
That's all we had for looking ahead.
No letterbox quote?
I forgot.
Oh, hold on. Let me pull one up.
I got you in the meantime. What is a pirate's favorite letter?
You asked.
Oh,
us
you
this.
did this like last week.
I did this on here?
No,
Yeah.
no,
Oh,
no,
no.
not on here.
Oh,
Just to
well,
us.
let's do it for the people at home.
Okay, okay. Do you want us to still guess? Because I forget what you said.
What is a pirate's favorite letter?
R.
You'd think, but it'd be the C.
Okay, this is one.
We used to do a dad joke segment on here. That's not crazy.
That was actually pretty good. We should go back to that.
This is on Soul. Not too shabby, well done, but no Coco. Yes. That was you.
Oh.
I
Well
knew
said.
that was you too.
I was like, oh, that's well done. I agree.
Oh, man.
Well, see?
All right, perfect.
That's a good way to end.
Yeah. We'll see you next week on Stream It. Hopefully. I mean it this time.